Hello class, this video is to show you how to calculate z-scores in Jamovi. First, we need to start with a continuous variable. So here in the data, we can see we have a numerical continuous variable. But you also need to make sure that it's set up correctly. So I'm going to double click on the name. I just call it variable. I was not feeling creative, but it needs, in measure type, it needs to be continuous and it needs to have the little ruler icon. So I already set it up. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to go into data, transform, and I'm going to make sure you actually have this variable selected. Otherwise, it's going to cause a little bit of trouble when you are doing your transformation. So I'm going to point to this variable, and I'm definitely now going to go into transform. Why do you need to be pointing out to the variable that you want to transform? Because it's going to have this called source variable, and it's going to be pointing out to the variable that you want to transform. So if it's not here, you can definitely select it. Like if I wanted to transform column B, I could change it to that. I don't have anything in column B. This is the variable that I want to transform. Notice how it already created a new variable here called variable 2. I'm going to call this one C. That's how I know this is going to be my variable transform. It automatically puts the 2 there. I just like putting the name of the transformation before the variable name because it makes it easier to look at. Let me hit enter here. Now I can see the C here as well. It hasn't transformed anything because I haven't told it to transform anything yet. I just wanted to show you what it looks like in the data. It just copied the column, the source column. Basically it has like a little tiny dot right there if you can see it. This one is gray, sometimes it's like different colors. Now I'm going to apply my transformation. I'm going to go in here using transform. As you can see, I've recorded this video already twice. That's why I have other transformations. Hopefully this is the one. I'm going to click on create new transform. Here where it says source variable, it just means whatever variable you had in the beginning of the menu. I'm going to click on the little F for function, and it opens this other menu. So these are all the transformations that we can use. I'm looking for the z-score, which is very simple. It's just C. I need to double click or nothing's going to happen. There you go. So now it's here. The problem that I have now is that when I double click, it puts the transformation there, but it closes the parentheses. So I'm going to delete it and make sure that inside the parentheses I have $source. $source is the source variable, the variable that I want to transform. I'm going to hit enter now, and you can see that I have different numbers from my original variable. How can I confirm that I have the right z-scores? Well, it's very unlikely that Jamovi made a mistake, but you can actually verify this. You can go into analysis, exploration, descriptives. I'm going to put the original variable here, and I really only want to look at the mean and standard deviation. I don't even want to see the n. Let me close this. So that's the mean, my standard deviation. Let me show you. Let's do it for 11. So, okay, let's remember the z-score formula. So it would be x. So that's our data point or data value minus x bar. I'm using the sample because this is like a really small sample. But remember, there's really no difference in the calculation between the sample and the population for z-scores. That's what's nice about them. So x, let's say it's going to be 11 minus the mean. So 1, 1, 4 divided by the standard deviation. So 2, 4. I'm doing this with my mouse, so sorry if it's so ugly. So that should come out to negative point. For me, it was 0.43. Sorry, 23, which is pretty much here what I got. And you could, if you still don't trust it, you could do all of them. But that's essentially how you get the z-scores in Jamovi.